The new socialist Labour government in Britain is making the previous Tory government look clean and moral. Obviously, I don't mean that because they're all as bad as each other, but let's focus on what's going on now. Because these guys claim that they are morally absolutely on top of everything, and they're going to go against corruption. Well, there are some issues here. Let's talk about this issue. So it turns out, according to David Jack, Keir Starmer's new chief of staff, Morgan McSweeney, ran the Labour Together organisation, the think tank, and that was then fined by the Electoral Commission for failing to declare £730,000 of donations. £730,000 donations out of nowhere. No accountability. This man has now replaced Sue Gray as Keir Starmer's right-hand man. This story comes to us from the Telegraph. The Labour group once ran by Starmer's right-hand man fined for failing to declare donations. Now, this escalates because the whole point of Keir Starmer and Downing Street to get rid of Sue Gray was because of bad PR, negative news stories every single day. And even when it comes to Lord Wahid Ali, they had to distance themselves from him, stop buying underwear for my wife, Keir Starmer said. And then they replaced her with him, with Morgan. I mean, the whole thing's completely insane anyway. But there was obviously the investigation that started over this issue. The Electoral Commission started the investigation in January 2021, and they also reported back 8 months later, and when it found that the Labour Together, the think tank, had committed more than 20 breaches of electoral law. They broke the election laws 20 times. This led to a fine of £14,250. That's not much really, but fair enough. And as a spokesperson said, that which was obviously towards the high end of the scale. That's not really a big punishment, but fair enough. On Sunday night, actually, a few days ago, we had Jacob Rees-Mogg, who was obviously former business secretary as well as obviously being on GB News, accusing Labour, rightly so, of being hypocrites because they kept claiming that the Tories are dirty, morally speaking, but they themselves are also bad. Jacob Rees-Mogg was speaking to the media and he said that I think there is a very fair point to be made that the Labour Party is always willing, very willing, to see the mote in the Conservatives' eyes without removing the beam from its own eye. And its own beam is £730,000 rather than a piece of cake. That was about Boris Johnson having a birthday cake in his own office during the lockdown. Now, the Labour Together think tank have come out to say Labour Together proactively raised concerns about its own reporting to the Electoral Commission. As widely reported at the time, the investigation with which we fully cooperated was completed in 2021 and the outcome made public by the Electoral Commission. Hang on, just let me get this right. So the think tank, their defence line is, when we had all this dodgy stuff going on, before even investigation started by the Electoral Commission, we ourselves, as the think tank, complained to the Electoral Commission that we, the think tank, have not actually been declaring our own donations. So you've been complaining about your own team not being able to declare things or calculate things properly. This is not a good defense line. It's like somebody going around stealing things and keep calling the police saying, I keep stealing. Come on, arrest me. You can't catch me, but I'm somewhere. Please stop me from stealing things. That is a terrible, terrible defense line. And I have a feeling over the next few weeks and few months, we're going to get more negative stories about this government.